Welcome to another day in the Matrix, waters above crypto. Today we're going to be launching the Patreon, so I'll be doing a little deep dive into all the membership levels and explaining them a little further. Also, we had a monthly close yesterday, so that means I'll be doing some technical analysis following up on how that monthly close went for Bitcoin, XRP, Chainlink, and a couple other cryptocurrencies. Also, we'll be picking a winner for the giveaway that we were doing at 2,000 subscribers. So stick around to the end of the video. We'll be using this random comment picker to select the winner. And then we'll be doing our next giveaway at 5,000 subscribers. So if you're new here, we do cryptocurrency technical analysis and combine it with Gematria Numerology and Astrology to understand these markets. And if you like this content, feel free to subscribe. Let's try to get this video to 400 likes. If we could get this to 400 likes, I'll be doing part 2 of the Stellar Lumens Decode. And with that video, we're going to be using Gematria to use for predictions to determine some price action and potential dates of when XLM will hit those prices. So it'll be more of like a prediction video using the Gematria we had from the previous video, part 1, which is right here. So if you haven't watched that, go ahead and watch that and you'll get a good idea of what we were doing with that video. So with that being said, let's just jump into the Patreon. Be doing 3 different starter levels. We have official patron, just to support my work for a small monthly pledge. I would really appreciate anyone who is been here since the beginning. If you want to support my work, I would really appreciate that. Then we have the Mastermind community. So this will be for anyone who wants to be a part of a group and have a chat group where we discuss Gematria, technical analysis, any cryptocurrencies that you're interested in, any news or updates that's really exciting for you. I know we have a lot of people in here that are heavily invested in XRP, and there's always a lot of news coming out in regards to that with the SEC case and Flare Network and all of that. So it'd be really great to have everyone's decodes and everyone's ideas coming to life in that platform. It'll be a place for like-minded individuals. And then I have the portfolio reviews. So this is for people who don't want to get the course or don't want to do any one-on-one coaching, and they just need some help with their portfolio. So it'll be good for people who have absolutely almost no holdings, meaning are completely brand new to cryptocurrency and just want to start off on the right foot. Or for people who are maybe over diversified, you're into a lot of smaller cap altcoins and you just want to get everything more organized and back on track. Another option that'll be great for people is this will be a way that if you're someone who's a business owner or you make excess income on a weekly or monthly basis, part of this portfolio review will let me help you take that amount of money and be able to devise a plan so that whatever amount of money you have, you can utilize that to maximize your gains during this bull run. A lot of people who make excess income just sit on it in cash, and that's problematic because the dollar is losing value every single day. So I thought of this as a good option for those people that wanted to utilize their side cash, their cash flow, and to know where to put it. So that'll be really good. Also, it's a one-time fee. So this isn't $77 per month. It would just be $77 for one portfolio review, and then you would cancel your resubscription on Patreon. And then we have the Mastermind course, $150. Again, it is a one-time fee for lifetime access to the course of $150. When you sign up through here, all you have to do is cancel your resubscription, and that's it. If you want to make it a little easier to get into the Mastermind course, I have my email in the description box. So please go ahead and just email me and I'll get you onboarded into the course. It's $150 for lifetime access. And then today I'll also be picking the winner of the free Mastermind course. So that'll be great for whoever won that. Then lastly, I have the one-on-one coaching. I only have a couple spots available for that because I already have a handful of private clients. But this will be a good opportunity for anyone out there who wants to get direct access to me, and will be doing your portfolio review as part of that. And yep, we'll just be breaking down anything that you need help with in this bull run. I'll be giving very deep strategies into what my investment thesis is, short term, long term, even 5 to 10 years out. I'm a very long term thinker when it comes to cryptocurrency, and I think that might be what makes me different than a lot of people. Is I don't look at this like one bull run and that's it. I'm going to cash out everything at the top and then buy back at the bottom. That sort of mindset only really works for a certain type of person, and it's very hard for that particular certain type of person to be able to take advantage of that sort of price action, because buying at the bottom is nearly impossible because that's the scariest time to buy, and selling at the top is nearly impossible because you never know what the top is. So having this access to one-on-one coaching, you'll be able to get direct information from me to be able to tell you when I'm doing things, when I'm moving my money, and where I'm putting it. And that kind of stuff is really helpful for certain people. So that'll be open to 4 limited spots. And when I reach 111 patrons, I'll be doing a live Q&A with the mastermind community. So it'll be an Ask Me Anything. You'd ask me any questions you have about cryptocurrency, Gematria, and even personal questions about myself. So anyone who joins this mastermind community, when we reach 111 patrons, I'll be doing that live Q&A. So with that being said, let's go into the charts. So what we just saw yesterday was one of the most bullish closes for the month. I couldn't believe it because everyone was seeming so bearish a couple of weeks ago, and it's amazing to see how this was one of the best closes you can get. The actual body of the candle closed above the previous wick high of February. And you see how the entire length of the wick is the body of that monthly close. That's pretty crazy that to see that, right? Especially with so much going on in the month of March. It was the 1 year anniversary of the C word. It was the 1 year anniversary of the bottom of the Bitcoin dump and the cryptocurrency dump. Can you believe that? That was the candle in March. And now look at where we are this year, a year later. It's just incredible. So I'm going to pull up the 3-day because that was the closure that we also had yesterday. Not only do we have a monthly closure, but we had a 3-day and a 2-day. So I'm going to hide some of these indicators just to make it look a little bit more clear. And our 2-day looks very, very similar. And I was also mentioning that we're seeing a macro W pattern breakout. So the left V, the previous V, has a higher low than the second V. And then the neckline of the W is the current all-time high. So that's very bullish. That would be a macro W pattern breakout. And the way that that would work out is when we would get above the new all-time high, we potentially backtest and then send it. And then once we break this previous high that we had, that's when you would use the measured move to determine where we would go, which would be from the neckline down to, let's just be conservative and put it at the body low. Move it up to the neckline, and we would be getting something around a $77,000 Bitcoin. And that would work really nicely with numerology, right? So, yep, the next target up after my target of 72,000 would be 77,000. And the reason that's perfect is it aligns with the 3618 of the previous Fibonacci swing high to swing low, the $42,000 high near the beginning of the year, down to the lowest low we've seen of the year, which was 28,700. So that's pretty crucial, and I wouldn't even be surprised if we see an $80,000 to $85,000 Bitcoin before the end of April. So with that being said, let's move into XRP. XRP I want to look at on a monthly. I'm going to hide everything just because this chart looks bonkers. So look at this. Interesting, right? It looks like a skyscraper. There's Tower 7. I'm just kidding. Anyways, so what I'm seeing here is a green-red-green formation, and that's really nice. So what that's telling me is this bullish engulfing candle on the monthly is a continuation pattern, right? So we're having continued higher lows. Very, very nice to see. Now with the weekly, which is kind of where we have a little suspense, I would like to see a weekly closure above the 60 cent level. So you see where my cursor is right here is exactly 60 cents. I would like to see a weekly above that, but the ultimate weekly close would be right here at about 62.5. So a 63-cent weekly close is most likely what we need to start seeing those higher numbers. Again, my main prediction is that in the month of April, which we just started, I anticipate a $1 XRP sometime during this month. It could happen the last day of April. I don't care. A $1 XRP this month is what I'm anticipating. And we don't really need to get much more into it from here. The last thing we could just show is the moving averages are all looking pretty good. So if I hide all these drawings and I just show you the moving averages, we're currently trading multiple days above all of these moving averages, which are the 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, and of course the 200. Another thing is we're above if I zoom in a little bit, you could see the point of control in the volume profile. We bounced off of that on the 24th, which was that quick little like flash crash, and that was a really solid, excuse me, volume supported bounce. So that's looking really, really nice, okay? So a daily close above 60 cents, a weekly close above 62 cents, and I believe that we'll start seeing that $1 XRP pretty quickly. Gotta get some water. So the dollar is down, and that's telling me, like, it makes sense why this market's looking the way it does. And then the indices are also looking pretty green. So as far as I understand, there's been all-time high after all-time high after all-time high. The S&P 500 is just surpassed 4,000 points for the first time. Like, how wild is that, right? It's going to be a pretty crazy month. I'm looking for April to be overall bullish across the board, all new all-time highs for everything, even the traditional stock market. So let's go into Chainlink. I'm seeing something really nice in Chainlink, which is let's get into the Bollinger Bands. No, not the Bollinger Bands. Let's do MACD because that's really what matters most. So we've crossed bullish on the MACD. And then also this symmetrical triangle that I drew out. I'm sorry if it looks so... Let me hide the indicators and then hide this and show you. So look at this symmetrical triangle we have. This is perfect, right? So the way I like to measure these is I'll take it from the connection point, which we could just say is right around here in February 20th, measure to the apex, get 64%, and then you could take your calculator and then just multiply that by 75%. And what we're getting is 48, and then I just back this up to 48. This is like my lazy way of doing it. And I'll know right here on April 9th is our predicted breakout. So I could take a trend line from the top to the bottom as the measured move, and then we can move that right to the breakout expectation. So typically symmetrical triangles break out 75% of the way to the apex. They could happen sooner. And also another thing is you can get your confirmation 75% of the way to the apex, which means tomorrow we could break out, come up, and then confirm on this date, and then launch off. And then the measured move would be highs of around $47. So, I mean, anyone who bought that dip down on this day right here, the 24th, like we mentioned earlier, that's a pretty generous move up. That would be the previous all-time high, around $20. And then we're looking at an increase of over 100%, 125%. So that's a really nice move. And again, I'm anticipating a $50 chain link up to $60, and it could happen as early as next month. $50 would be pretty amazing to see, though. I'm going to quickly get into Theta because Theta has been doing everything that we've been talking about. We had the bearish MACD cross right here, flipping, and we're about to get another daily closure on this USDC chart. Again, downsloping resistance. The way that I'm looking at this is now that we have potentially, and I would assume just 2 daily closures in a row above this yellow moving average, which is the 8 EMA, 8 exponential, I would anticipate that we're going to be pulled back to this 34, the red moving average right here. and then that would be looking at around a high $8 theta, unless there's like a really quick flash crash, which I doubt, because this whole market is very bullish right now, and theta is just overextended. So the way that this can go is literally just bash into this trend line 2 more times and do something like this. So it's not going to really, I don't think it's going to give us a lot of time to act in this move to the downside. So again, I'm pointing out the buying opportunity, but I'm not saying it'll be easy, you know? Like sometimes when you go fishing, it's a hard day out on the water. And that's like what these really bullish altcoins are like when you're trying to buy the blood. Lastly, Algorand. I've been getting a lot of people asking me about Algorand. I will not be doing a decode on Algorand probably for at least the next couple weeks, but I'm liking what I'm seeing here with this movement below all the moving averages into the POC, this red line, point of control on the volume. And this V move right there, that's very bullish. Again, it could come down into the moving averages and then send it, but just something to keep an eye on when you have moves like this and you haven't bought anything. This is a W pattern breakout. So if I hide all these moving averages, you can kind of see where I'm going with this. It looks a little awkward, but this right here, this W, it's going to turn into another W in my opinion, and it'll be a classic W. So that means there's your low and there's your higher low. And right there is when I'm gonna get excited. I think Algorand is tied to so many. I think they're tied to the World Economic Forum. They're tied to so many things that we don't even know about, right? Algorand is going to be massive, and I don't want to get too deep into it. I do have some decodes that I need to share with you guys, but just wanted to bring that up. And then yeah, let's go ahead and pick the winner for the mastermind. It was on this video right here. Let me mute this so it doesn't like make my and bear with me, this is my first giveaway, so I'm going to be using this. Press share. Copy. I'm just going to X out of this because it's like taking up a bunch of. I'm going to paste that right here. Filter duplicates sounds about right. No replies. Let's go for it. 131 comments. Cool. Oh, here we go. Wakas Anwar. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, but you are the winner. So what Wakas wrote was, Mastermind. I woke up at a young age when I went down the rabbit hole regarding wars in the Middle East and petrodollar system. I agree. And also I saw a bunch of people leaving comments about Nueve Once. And yeah, that was a big awakening moment for me too. When I was pretty young when that happened. I lived in Brooklyn, New York at the time, so my backyard was covered in ashes. It was wild. I was way too young, but I was already highly aware of a lot of things around me. I knew that I was like red-pilled, and I needed to, you know, just become confident in my awareness and knowledge. And yeah, I remember hearing one guy, like Secretary of Defense or something like that, discussing how like the day or two before they lost like $2 trillion, the Pentagon couldn't even like figure out where it went. And I'm just sitting around being like, you guys like love your taxes so much. You're obsessed with these taxes, but then they lose trillions of dollars and can't even track them down. Nobody's out in the streets rioting. People riot out on the streets for the most stupid stuff, but then they're just getting trillions of dollars like stolen from. Anyways, you guys get what I'm talking about. I don't want to rant, Wakas, please shoot me an email in the description box. It'll be where I have mastermind course written, and we'll get you that lifetime access to the mastermind. Thanks for being a supporter of mine, and I hope that you keep red pilling everyone else in your life. Keep up the good work, brother. And then, yep, anyone else who wants to get in on the mastermind, it will be easier if you just email me in the description box, and we could take care of it that way. And mastermind course is now approaching almost 90 videos, everything from beginner to highly advanced technical analysis. And I also do private videos there where I'll be doing presentations on astrotheology, Gematria decoding, and soon I'm going to be introducing some work regarding the periodic table and tarot, cards of divination, etc. And that'll be great to loop back into this mastermind community, because I would like to have as many people who are in the mastermind course to join this mastermind community. This way that we could also make a section for increasing our knowledge in some of the information that's within the mastermind. And if anyone has questions about the mastermind course, you'd be able to have them answered there in that community. So again, sign up to this if you guys are interested in joining a like-minded community full of red-pilled minds. And with that being said, I'll leave the Patreon link in the description. Enjoy the rest of your day in the Matrix. Much love.